Learning Sfas Emes, Parshas Terumoh, of the year 5634. Sfas Emes said, Weekly Terumoh. And we find the question, many Meforshim, it should have said, Yitnu, you shall give me. Rashi explains, Yafrishuli, that what it says Yikuli means to take from your money, to separate it as a present for the Mishkan. Now, the Sfas Emes says, it seems to me that this is the idea when a person separates something from his, and he sets it aside. For Hashem Yisborach, it's considered, in his regard, more so than the actual giving, that the separation itself. Because Kiliyah Kesef, it's a recognition that everything belongs to Hashem. And that willingness to give, when a person does so, to take from his possessions. For Hashem Yisborach, that is taking for oneself. That is taking from his possessions and making it Hashem's. Through the taking, the item is elevated to Hashem. It's called Terumoh. The word Terumoh comes also from the idea of elevation. Like it says, Mi Ola Hashamayim, who can go up to heaven. We can elevate that which we have by doing good deeds with it. Rak, just that through the giving of the person, it goes up till Hashem Yisborach. And even says, Mi Ola Hashamayim, this does go up to Hashem Yisborach. And we find, and when you give Terumoh, it can be given with thought alone, meaning that through the thought and the desire, there it's taken and elevated till heaven. And this mitzvah is found in everything that we do. This concept that should have a portion for Hashem Yisborach. Everything we do should have some contact with Hashem. Also, Migdosh, make for me a Migdosh, is in the action of the man. And we find Ayin Toiv, V'Ayin Ra. Ayin Toiv, when he gives Terumoh, gives 1/40th. Ayin Ra gives 1/60. We know that when we nullify milk that falls into meat, for example, if there's 60 times as much, the milk is nullified. So 60 is the minimum, the smallest particle that can remain. Because when there's something there for Hashem Yisborach, it can't be less than 1/60th. Otherwise, it will be nullified in the outer world, the outer society that we find ourselves. Just that 1/60 is watched over to leave place for it, for this name of heaven to apply to it. Through this, the action itself is elevated. The Pasuk continues, from everyone that gives, meaning any way of giving and desire that's found in a person, you can separate the Terumoh. Don't begin to analyze yourself. Do it. Separate it. Just as we find, since this week we announced Rosh Chodesh Adar Aleph, somebody who wants that his possessions should be intact, he should, meaning his land, he should plant in it Odor, which is the name of a tree. And this is according to the Gemara, that possessions are called possessions, nechosim, comes from a concept of shenechosin, they're hidden, mizeh, from others, v'niglo lezeh, and they're known, they're seen by the person who owns them. And a person has to give over all of his possessions, they should remain hidden. How do you do that? That his true desire should be to serve Hashem alone. And the rule is, if Hashem Yisborach helps a person, that his actions will not become known. This itself is a siman, a proof that it is truly l'shem shamayim. And when you mix with it other desires, it doesn't remain in a hidden place. So when a person does actions and it's not recognized, it has a greater value in heaven than if it is recognized. The Sfas Emes also said, "V'shachati b'soichom." The order of the pasuk is, I will dwell amongst them, they'll make me a mikdash, and then it says, you should make it according to what I showed you, and so it should be done. And the language would seem to be backwards. That first Hashem should say, do it, and this is the design, and then I will reside within it. So he explains that how can a Bnei Yisrael, a Jew, make a Mishkan to Hashem Yisborach? Like we find in the Medrash, Moshe Rabbeinu himself was wondering, how could this be done, that we can designate a space for HaKadosh Baruch Hu? HaKadosh Baruch Hu fills the entire universe, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu answers, every individual can do so. But this doesn't mean that every individual is alone. Certainly, that's only by connecting up with other Jews. Then everyone has a portion that he can also make something because the assistance of others to his projects. That's why it says Me'ez Kol Ish. It emphasizes every individual that he has to be part of Klal Yisrael. He has to enter and be with Klal Yisrael. Still, Yisrael only gave their present. However, the rule that through the little bit that each one gave was done with Shem Shamayim, because every action of man is for that purpose, is to clarify the fact that God dwells in this world and it is found in every item. As he writes, as I wrote elsewhere. And through this, a person can afterwards do more and clarify the ability of the dwelling of the Shekhinah even more so. And he does more and more till there's no measure to what he does. That's why we see great people accomplishing so much. We wonder how they can do it. And that's why it says, in other words, they shall do, and the design will happen through their actions. Then it will happen. It will be completed in its total completion. And understand that at times you begin, you think, how will it ever end? How can I complete this? But HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives you that ability to do so. May we merit seeing the building of the Beis Hamikdash soon and in our days.